Hey guys, I'm Doctor McFarland and having a rough week. I'm not gonna lie. I got the nasal cavities trying to kill me, but I'm gonna have some fun doing a parameter change via the foot switch. So let me show you how this works. Okay, we're gonna go to foot switch assign, and we're gonna click on more gain. And you can see that I have two different parameters going on here. Okay. So if I were to start from scratch, just to show you what's happening, you're going to click on a blank switch, choose parameter change, then choose something you want to change. So let's change the, let's just change the amplifier. Okay, this would be fun. We are going to change the volume. So the active value is going to be all the way up. Inactive is going to be down. Okay. Now we're also going to need to add another parameter change for the amp. And this time it's going to be the amp level. So as the amp is cranked, let's just bring this down by like, I don't know, 50%. And then we can adjust later. Okay. All right, so let's try this out. So on my switch, you can see it's turning on and off. So I should be going from clean to overdriven. Okay, let's put this on the bridge pickup. Off. Okay, now my goal with this, as always, is to have level matching. So when I crank the amp up, I'm not getting a huge boost in volume, but I'm just getting more gain and keeping around the same volume, okay? And in this instance, it's probably a little low. I mean, maybe. So let's just try it out again. So here's off and on. Okay, so to my ears, we could probably bring this up a little bit. So I'm going to choose the second parameter, which is the amp level. You can see which parameters you've chosen. So this was the volume. And then the amp level is really what I want to go after. So the active value is going to be about, I don't know, let's try 60 this time. Okay, and then the volume is 30, inactive. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and save that. This is a Doc Prince preset that I can load up on the channel. And they're good. All my presets are not like crazy. Like, oh my gosh, what did you just do? It's like, it's just all simple concepts that you just apply, whether it's a tube amp and real pedal board or a Toemaster Pro or any other modeler out there. So all work the exact same way. And my voice is extra deep tonight because I'm sick. All right, so here we go. Here's clean again. And here's the amp cranked. Okay, I'm still thinking this amp level needs to come up a little bit more. I think it saved it. Something didn't save. Confirm. Let's save it. Okay, let's try it again. Off. On. Okay, let me show you what I've already done. I've used the Enchanter foot switch, or the overdrive here. And I turned it on. And I was like, you know what? I like that sound, but I wished sometimes I had a little bit more gain. So I went to another switch, and I added the same types of parameters here. So I added a gain parameter, and I added a volume parameter. Okay, so for the gain, the active value, if it's turned on, is 70%. And then the inactive value just goes back down to 41. Okay. And the volume itself, active, is 19. So I have to bring it down quite a bit. And then inactive is 44. So what this is doing is, you know, some of those old pedals, or, I mean, there's still pedals like this now, but the pedals that have the channel switch and then a bypass on another switch. I know it's some JHS pedals, Wampler, you know, tons of overdrive pedals out there do this. So essentially what this gives me is it gives me a clean, turn my volume up. Okay, I've got my clean sound. Then I can turn the pedal on. And then I can turn on more gain while the pedal's still on. Or I can leave it on more gain and turn the enchanter off. So if I know I want to go from more gain straight to clean, I can do that. And then if I want to go from clean straight to more gain, well, I just don't turn off the more gain. I can just leave it on, right? But then I decide, oh, I need less gain for my rhythm sound, so I'm going to turn off the more gain and leave the enchanter on. And then maybe I turn the enchanter off and I go to my more gain on the amp. And then I was like, okay, I like that, but I'm going to boost it with the enchanter. You can see where I'm going with this. And then I can turn on more gain on the enchanter. As if you didn't need more gain stages other than that. So what we got is the clean amp. And then we have, let's do this, clean amp, amp boosted, then enchanter alone, more gain with the enchanter, and then the amp boosted with the enchanter, and then the amp boosted with the enchanter, more gain. So it's like 6 different gain stages, like combinations that you can technically pull off if you wanted to. Now, I did all this with parameter change just to show you that you can do it, but you could also set up scenes to where you didn't have to turn on and off different things. It just automatically went to the next one. Now, I could go in, let's see if I can do this here. There is a switch link option. Okay, so I'm going to set this to switch link A, and then switch the more gain to switch link A. I'm not sure how this is going to work. It's probably not going to work. I'm going to show you why. Let's fail at this experiment, and I'll show you why it's not going to work. So all these are set to A, which means if I turn on the enchanter, then go straight to more gain, guess what? Let me show you my foot switches here. Turn on the enchanter, straight to more gain. What happened? The more gain turned off the enchanter, and now you don't get more gain because the enchanter's not on, right? But I can go straight to multi. Okay. So. Okay. So, unlocking those options, but for more gain, we're going to take the switch link and we'll turn it off. Okay, so this gives me a little bit of flexibility here. So I can go enchanter, right? I can go just straight clean. I can go enchanter on. Then I can boost the enchanter. And then I can turn the more gain off and go multi with the amp Okay, with that volume, I'm hearing the volume not be as loud. So let's bring the amp level up to 70. And we're going to confirm. And excuse my coughing. I'm feeling okay, but I'm getting over a nasal combustion this week. So, all right, here we go. Let's do it one more time. Enchanter off. The straight clean on the bridge pickup. Enchanter on. Okay, going straight to multi. Okay. I think it's working. Value is 70 and active is 100. Yes, that's correct. Okay. I'm okay with all this. Yeah. I'm liking that tremolo. Tremolo is sounding really good. Let's turn that back on here. Maybe not have the intensity up as high. Keep the shape around 12 o'clock. All right, let's check this out. We're gonna go a little bit farther with this. First of all, let's go back to our foot switch, and we're gonna call this a custom label, which is gonna be amp up, okay, just or something. It can be whatever we want. Now, what's fun is our current tremolo setting. It's about, let's keep the rate about right there. Okay, so what we're going to do with this rate is we're going to put a parameter change with the tremolo. And we're going to make the rate be around there. Okay, so that's going to be this will be like the slow setting, about right here. Okay, we can monitor it in real time. We can audition it in real time. Okay. So the inactive, we can make it, it's pretty fast. Okay, let's just experiment with that and have some fun. So, parameter change again. Now my voice is getting dry. Intensity. For intensity active, we're gonna make it. We'll make it more intense on the slow. Then on the inactive, we'll make it less intense. We'll make it about 40. Maybe 50. Okay. Let's go with that. I'm like Bob Ross over here, just painting happy little trees. Here to soak up the intel. That's right. Well, enjoy the intel, my friend. Enjoy the intel. All right, so what we've done is very similar to the enchanter, where I can have the enchanter either on or off, right? I can turn that on or off. And I can choose to have more gain or less gain on that enchanter. Now I can turn the tremolo on and off, and I can choose to either have a slow or I can have it be fast. Okay, so the on is slow. So let's go adjust this label here so I know what I'm actually doing. So we'll do slow and then fast to see if this fits. Yeah, it does. It fits. Cool. All right, so I can be, I'm vibing here with the band, right? I'm doing my thing. Be like, oh, cool. I'm playing nice and slow. I hit it, so it technically turns it off, and it's now fast. Turn it back on. Okay, I like that. So I know some maybe Fractal does this. There's a way to adjust the rise time, or I know Kemper does this for sure. You can, if you go from like morph, if you morph from fast to slow or vice versa, you can adjust the time it does that. Maybe even Line 6 does that, maybe. But it would be cool if it gradually like sped up to the amount that I wanted, then gradually slowed back down. That'd be pretty sick, actually. I'm trying to think. Let's slide this up here. Let's slide this down. Let's do one more. Let's add in a rotary pedal. Now, rotary for me, I like it before dirt, so we're going to put it before the enchanter here. Effects, modulation, and let's go find my rotary pedal. Universe vibe, that'd be cool. That'd be neat. Let's see what we got. That's kind of like the ooh, love hurts. Yeah. Yeah, the enchanter is the Timmy. That is correct. Yeah, you can assign the rate to an expression pedal. That is definitely true. But my Toemaster Pro is in a rack here, and yes, I could connect a volume pedal or a expression pedal to that. But I just like the idea of have it just gradually speed up, gradually speed back down, and all that stuff. So what we're going to do now, we're already at a nice. It's pretty nice. There's a I don't know if I can say his name. His name is Mitchell. If Mitchell, if you are watching by some strange occurrence in the universe here, if you're tuned into my live stream right now, there's a guy named Mitchell back at MTSU, and he would do parodies of like different things around MTSU, right? So one of his parodies was Love Hurts, but he called it Lunch Hurts because he thought the food at Corlew Hall there at MTSU was really bad. So he would get up on the open mic nights type thing and do like his little Lunch Hurts song. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. So yeah. Good times, man. Good times back at the Burrow at the MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University. That was around, that was 2001. I graduated in 2004. I took the 5-year plan. because I'm an idiot. But it all worked out. So, yeah, I'm really liking this really slow option here. So we're going to go to foot switch, and we will assign this to a foot switch. Yeah. Let's actually change the color to, let's make it yellow. Okay, now we're going to do a parameter change. And this one's going to be the speed. And I'm already pretty slow. So let's make the active value be fast. Let's make it be fast. Yeah, and the inactive is nice and slow there. Okay, let's change the custom label here to vibe speed. I could change this to yeah, I'll keep that slow fast. That's fine. We're just having fun. Bob Ross painting little trees over here. Musical trees. All right, so we got the universe vibe. All right, I think there's a volume on this thing. Let's check it out. There is a volume here, so I'm going to turn that up. Maybe turn the intensity down just a little bit. There's a vintage and a modern. Keep it on vintage. I've never been a fan of vibrato, but I'll leave that off. All right, let's have fun here. We're going to save this. And then we are going to save it again, but go to the next current preset. How do we do this? Oh, there it is. Select next empty preset. Bam. And we'll call this Doc. How do you spell it? Granular. Okay. So we're going to go in and we're going to replace the echo. Let's see. That's the glooper. Small hall. I feel like I'm getting close. I'm not getting close. Where are we at? Granular. All right, help me out. Never not whammy. Where is this thing? Maybe it's under filters. Ah, it is. It's under filters. Okay. I figured it would be. So, mix, time, scale, range, direction, up, random, down, and then steps. So, steps is how many, if you just got one, it's going to only give you one. Okay. Now, the scale, we can do major. So, if I play a C note, It went up a whole step. That's kind of interesting. Let's see what 4 steps gives us. Yeah, it's going straight up the scale. So if I give it 4 steps, it's going right. It's just going up the straight up of the scale. Let's just see what 8 does, because there's technically 8 notes in a major scale. Let's see what this does here. Yeah, it's doing a full scale. So let's try the range. What was all the way up? Let's try 1 octave down, 1 octave up. It's so stupid. Okay, let's try this. This is a little ridiculous. Okay, so what we got over here? We got layers. We got multiple layers. Okay, so that's why you're hearing like the initial scale going up, and then you have like this lower thing, then another lower thing. So the layers is going to keep layering like other octaves. So if I make it just 1 layer, I should just get 1. It's doing a down an octave thing too, so there's a glitch thing in here. It's just so stupid. Okay, let's do an octave up. Okay, reverse. I can make it all reversed. Maybe. Reverse on. Make the layers be more. Yeah, I don't suggest doing chords with this thing, because it's literally taking all the different notes that you play and is giving them their own, arpeggiation. And if you play a major chord, you got a root and a third, which is, if you play a third, then you play a major chord based on that third. Now you got the C scale, then you got E, right? And then that G sharp in there is just not going to sound great. So I do teach music theory, by the way, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, if you play fifths like C and G, okay, if you stay within the fifths, a G fifth would be a G, A, B. Once you get to the B is a major 7 of a G of a C chord. So yeah, I think I would just all right, let's go with a different scale. Let's go with a major pentatonic. Let's go leave out any thirds and sevenths out of our note choices. Okay, now if we bring it to steps, let's just go infinite here. Yeah, I'm not promising this is making any sense at all, but that's essentially what's happening is you got the number of steps, so right, just gives you a little bit. If you do 2 steps, this is like dun 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 dun, right? Then you got 3 steps. In the octave differentiations there, it's just totally random. I mean, that's why it's an arpeggiator, but it's granular. Is giving you different layers and different options there. So let's bring back the layers here. Bring the steps back up. Range. Okay, let's add 2 layers. This is totally ridiculous. Let's bring the mix up. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. But you know what? Why not? You know? Let's just throw it all in there. We're going to do a Nebula reverb. So I literally stopped playing for like 10 seconds. It just kept going. This is hilarious. So I'm really trying to stay away from thirds so we don't get that weird harmonic thing going on, but or harmony thing, but just roots and fifths of different chords. A minor. D. Now, let's try a different scale. That's cool. Okay, there's pure octaves. We can do a major chord, a minor chord, major 7, dominant 7, sus2 chord. Let's do a sus4 chord. See, this is on infinite right now, so just going to keep going until whatever, like I stop. I can do it on 8, though. Yeah. The scales are cool. I mean, you can never really go wrong with the sus chord, because it adds in that extra. If you do a sus2, it adds in an extra ninth. Then if you add in a 4, it adds in an extra 11 on top of what you're already doing. Now I know technically the 2 and the 4 replace the 3 in the chord, so you never hit a third, which is great. I'm not getting that weird harmony in there with the third. Same would go with the E note. Okay, same with my my A minor chord there. As long as I don't hit the C sharp is good, because when I hit an A, it's gonna think, oh, he wants to play an A major chord in the key of C, and I don't want to do that. So, A chord, A sus2 gives me a B. Right. Let me turn this chord off here. So here's an A sus2. Okay. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Right, here would be A minor. Okay. So that C goes down to B, which makes it the sus2. Or I could go up to a D, and it makes it a sus4. Right, but if I'm in the key of C, I don't want to do all that, so I don't want to play a C sharp. So here we are again. So I'm liking it. I think what makes it weird is when you assign a scale to it, it doesn't work for every degree of the scale. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's probably not going to. It treats every note as a new tonal center. I think it does. So you can make it. So can you make it so it knows the key? No. I don't think so. What's going on here? Yes, a new tonal center. Now, if you technically say, yeah, it's all just majors and minors and whatever else, you can't, I'm not seeing anywhere where you can tell it to know what key it's actually in, which may be the beauty of it. Glitch, pitch. So I had it on an octave. Time divider. Then reverse on and off. Spread. Okay. Well, this is actually my first time like just playing around with it, but see, when you got things like Phrygian, Lydian, Locrian, Dorian, all the stuff, I mean, it kind of helps to know what key you're in, I guess. Let's just try a Dorian scale. See what this even does. So. My time divider got weird. Oh, I see. So we got, I can go really slow. Wow. like that. It's nuts. All right, I'm currently on. Yeah, I was on Dorian, so it's just weird stuff, like a major 13 chord. This is going to give you a major 6 in there. Yeah, there you go. It'd be nice to hear it MIDI synced to a beat to understand the divisions a little bit more in context. Yeah, sure. Well, if you could actually tap in a tempo, I mean, that'd be different. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's really no like tap tempo to it. Otherwise, it would give you subdivisions. Oh, there is a tap division. Okay, we got subdivisions here. So, yes, that's off. Let's go core notes. I'm liking the sus chord thing, so. Yeah, I'm liking that. Still going. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so unpredictable that, I mean, you could probably do a Baba O'Reilly thing with it, but wow. You really have to dial in those settings to be like exactly what you want. And every time you move a knob, it's going to affect how another knob now responds. So there's all kinds of weird stuff in there. But I like the idea of making it more wet on the back end. So it just kind of like smooths everything out. I mean, somewhat. Let's turn the vibe back on here. I wish I could get like this pulsing kind of deal in the background. That'd be cool. Let's try this. I don't even know what this time does. Let's turn the mix down. Layers. Two layer. We're probably going to need more steps. Let's go 8 step. I want to keep that nice, consistent, like, and kind of like a drum background thing going, but it's just not wanting to do it for me. It's ridiculous. All right, let's put a delay on after this because we can. And it's going to be, we're going to do a stereo ping pong. I like that one. Let's put it after the wet effects. All right, folks. That's about as good as I'm going to get right there. That's a cool sound. That is a cool sound. But it's not going to be a one-trick pony. It's you're going to have to dial it in per your tempo, per your playing style. You know, it can't be like a lot of rhythmic stuff. It has to be like one single note hit and just let it ring out and, you know, do what it's going to do. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, man. Can't believe it. All right, so I appreciate everyone for watching. I didn't expect to go that long, honestly, tonight. I was just going to talk about. Parameter changes. I mean, I did. I showed you how to do it with an amp. I showed you how to do it with a drive pedal, with a tremolo, and with a universal vibe, a univibe. And then this never not whammy guy, crazy guy, came in and be like, "Hey, you better try out that granular arpeggiator." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Let's do it." And that was fun. I appreciate that. What is your name? Never not whammy. Because we might have to be friends. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed too. Well, if you watch this later and you're already gone, then send me a message. Let me know where you're at. Eric, cool, man. Awesome. All right, guys. Everyone, be sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell. I got some rearrangement of my products on my website a little bit. I got some different pricing options on there for those who want to dive in just for like a few months and go learn some music theory or go learn how to edit audio in Reaper or stuff like that. There's some head rush options in there. And then if you want to pay for the full year, you can actually go in and download pretty much all the preset packs that I have for the different modelers, which is a pretty good deal. So if you don't want to pay for them individually, but you want to at least get access for a year of updates of when I release new presets for those units, then you can check that out. And I'm sounding very Barry White-ish. Barry White. Hello. With my nice low voice. Yeah, this is fun. I'll load these up to the website. Just like here, lickety split. It won't take but a second. And you can go download those for your one-time fee or monthly contribution. And yeah, it's been fun. So I'm Dr. McFarland. I'm going to quit rambling, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep rocking.